Hello everybody, this is me Johan here. As you guys know, I've been using the Infinix Note 5 as my primary device over the past 1 week. So I'm going to take you guys through the pros and cons of this phone. Regarding the display, the Infinix Note 5 comes with a full HD+, that's a 1080p display, 402 ppi, and just have a look at this. I mean, the colors are just popping out on this display. Completely popping out. I mean, if one is not a technical expert in mobile phones, you'd actually be fooled into thinking that this phone has an AMOLED display. Just check out everything. I mean, everything's just popping out. This is just, believe me, this is just 50% of its brightness. For a price about 10,000 rupees in India, this is the best display you can get on any mobile phone right now. I'm on the direct sunlight right now. Believe me, sunlight can be more intense than this, and one thing that has really impressed me about this phone has been its display. Believe me, it's just at 50% brightness right now, and every single thing on the display can be viewed clearly to the naked eye. I mean, on most displays I need to crank up the screen brightness to say around 80-90% to actually see the screen under direct sunlight. I'm happy to report the screen on this phone is an extremely delightful experience. I mean, it's an amazing screen, and I think it's easily the best display on any phone that cost 10,000 rupees in India. As far as performance goes, this phone has held up pretty well. I mean, it comes with a Helio P23 octa-core processor with 3 gigs of RAM and 32 GB of internal storage. So I've been using constantly 10-15 apps. I've been keeping them open at a shot. You can have a look at it. Yeah, this is kept in the RAM. Dialer. This is the Play Store. And yeah, this is Instagram. All kept open. Keep in mind, there's just 3 GB of RAM in this. This is my WhatsApp. Again in memory. YouTube. Slight reload over here. Yeah. And as far as benchmarks are concerned, this phone scores an extremely respectable 83,106 points. So this is in line with the Snapdragon 626 and the Snapdragon 630. I'm telling you, this phone's performance has really surprised me. I think it has something to do with the stock Android experience in it. I mean, it's held up really well, and I played games like Asphalt Extreme and even Temple Run 2 for extended periods of time, and I'm not really all that great in PUBG, but I think this phone can easily handle PUBG at 30 FPS without a sweat. So performance wise, the phone has been performing well, and for the price you really cannot complain. As far as call quality and reception on this phone goes, never did I face an issue where I had any problems with it. The phone held up pretty well, and I could clearly hear what the other person on the other side was saying. So never did I have, or did I face, any kind of unusual signal drop. So yeah, call quality and reception on this phone is good, and it's a thumbs up from my side. Regarding the quality of audio via speaker on this phone, as you guys can see, the phone comes with a single speaker grill over here, and I have one thing to say. It's pretty loud. You guys can take a listen to a clip on this. This is with the fan and everything off, so it's basically a room with not much noise. To be honest, hardly any noise. So just take a listen to the volume. Yeah, this is surprisingly loud. I'm not much distorted. I mean, for the price, you really cannot complain. Pretty decent audio experience. I mean, with no fan and nothing on in the room. Alright, in this audio I've switched my fan on and it's on full blast. Let's see how loud the speakers are in such a condition. Wow, it's still very much audible. I mean, with the fan at full blast, you guys can probably hear it in the background. The speakers are still extremely clear. Let's see how good the speaker is in a very noisy environment like this. I've set the TV's volume to almost maximum, so let's see if we can still hear the clip.
And I'll personally hand you 100 G's at the finish line. Make it 100 G's a piece.
It's surprisingly still audible. I mean, it's pretty loud, the volume on the TV right now, and it's still audible. So great job by Infinix by putting a decent single speaker on the phone. As far as quality of audio via the headphones is concerned, the quality of audio is okay. I wouldn't say it's great, but it does a pretty decent job. Keep in mind, this is only a 10,000 rupee phone. So for the price, it does a pretty decent job. As far as the software and security patch on this phone is concerned, you guys can have a look at it yourself. It's running on Android Oreo 8.1.0. And as far as security updates are concerned, it's received up to the August security update, August 5th, 2018. It's September the 10th today, so Infinix seem to be doing a great job as of now. And since this is an Android 1 phone, you will easily receive Android P and probably the next version after that. So I think for the next 2 years, they promised the next two Android versions, and I think security updates also for the next 2 years. I don't think shouldn't be a problem with this phone. So far, they've been pretty good at this. As far as build quality on this phone goes, you guys can have a look at it. It's primarily made of plastic. The entire phone is constructed of plastic, but keep in mind one thing, it's extremely well put together. I don't feel any sort of cheapness while using it, and the color used at the back is a glossy blue, so it looks really nice with the Android 1 logo embedded right beneath it. And and even the buttons, the power button and the volume rockers, both feel solid. I don't even feel for a second like these are of cheap quality and they're going to come out or anything like that. Very solidly built phone, even despite the fact that it's a plastic phone. And it's surprisingly pretty light, considering the fact that it's got a humongous 4,500 milliampere battery inside. As far as the fingerprint scanner on this phone is concerned, I'll just show you guys. Just tap and it opens. Tap and it's open. Tap, open. The one thing that's really surprised me is the fact that it's been extremely consistent all this while. I mean, 1 week that I've been using this phone, and it's been an extremely reliable fingerprint scanner. Not even once did I face an issue with the phone not registering my fingerprint. So reliability is the name of the game over here as far as the Infinix Note 5's fingerprint scanner is concerned. I'll be using the Infinix Note 5 on 4G throughout the day and let you guys know what the screen on time I get by the end of the day. And I think it's about 9:50 in the morning right now. And just to bring to notice one thing to you guys, this phone comes with, you can see for yourself, dual SIM along with micro SD card expansion. So that's a great thing. So catch you guys at the end of the day. I've used the phone only on 4G today, and you can just have a look at it. 39% of the battery left, and I've just ripped it today. 14 hours of phone idle time and 5 hours and 19 minutes of screen on time. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Most of the phones I use in such a manner would hardly have 5, maybe 10% of its battery left by the end of the day. I mean, this is seriously solid battery life. I've used the phone only on Wi-Fi today, and as you can see for yourself, 14 hours and 20 minutes of phone idle time and a ridiculous 5 hours and 26 minutes of screen on time. I've literally hammered the phone today. I've used all my social media apps and played plenty of games, and as you can see, I've used the standby intelligent power saving mode, which has done wonders. And believe me, most of the phones I use throughout the day with such stats would hardly have anywhere between 10 and 15% of battery life. So the battery life on this phone, as far as Wi-Fi is concerned, is simply ridiculous. It can easily last a whole day and give, close to even 10 hours of screen on time with this kind of usage. Today I'll be testing the phone on both Wi-Fi and 4G, a mixture of both. So the time's 9:23 in the morning, so I'll see you guys by the end of the day. Alright, I've now come to the end of the day, and as I had mentioned previously, I used the phone on 4G and Wi-Fi today, and you can have a look at it for yourself. 14 hours and 26 minutes of phone idle time, and an amazing 5 hours and 26 minutes of screen on time. I mean, I really used the phone extremely heavily today, and I still got 34% of its battery left, so that's pretty good. Today I'm going to use the phone on a mix of both 4G and Wi-Fi. And unlike the previous tests, I'm going to drain the battery all the way down to 5%. I'll give you guys an idea of how long this phone can last on a single charge. The battery is now down to 5%, and as you can see, I've used it for 1 day and 7 hours, and I have achieved a screen on time of 6 hours and 31 minutes. That is using both Wi-Fi and 4G. It's taken me, I'm an extremely heavy user, 1 day and 7 hours to kill the battery, so that's a pretty legit battery life. Alright, today I'll be checking the phone's idle drain time. It's currently 12:04 in the night, and 45% of its battery is left. Wi-Fi is switched off and the screen brightness is at 0. So let's see how much battery we have in the morning. Alright, it's morning time now. The time 7:24. So that's exactly after 7 hours and 20 minutes. The phone's just lost 1% of battery in terms of its drain. So that's pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to do another phone idle drain test. You can see there's 39% of battery left. I've decided to switch on the Wi-Fi and keep all my apps open. See, all the apps are kept open, and let's see in the morning how much battery the phone drains. Alright, now time 7:37. So in a little over 8 hours, with the Wi-Fi on and all the apps I use kept open, the phone's drained just 4% of its battery, which is not too bad. I'll be checking the phone's idle drain time, but the 4G is switched on throughout the night, and the time's 11:50 in the night, and the battery percentage is at 33% right now, so we'll have a look at it in the morning. The time is now 7:22 in the morning, so after 7.5 hours, the phone is now at 23% with 4G on throughout the night, so it's lost about 10% of its charge overnight. I'm going to check the charging speeds on this phone right now. As you can see, the phone's battery is down to 5%, so the time is 5:07 right now. I'm going to switch on the charger now. Let's see how long it takes to charge this phone. Yeah, as you can see, I've just switched on the charge right now. I'll come back once the phone is fully charged and give you an idea how long it takes to charge this phone to 100%. It's a little over 90 minutes since the phone's been put on charge, and the phone's currently at 70% charge. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as to how long this phone actually takes to charge to 100%. Alright, the time is now 7:39, so that's about 2.5 hours since the phone's been put on charge, and you can see the phone's charged to 100%. So it takes roughly about 2.5 hours to charge a phone from 5 to 100%, which is not too bad considering one fact, that the phone has a humongous 4,500 milliamp battery inside. Regarding the camera on this phone, I'll just show you guys. The phone comes with a few modes over. You can have a look at it. One is a portrait mode, one is the beauty mode, and one is a normal mode. So these are the 3 primary modes available on the phone. And during night time, there is a selfie flash right over there, and this is used primarily in extremely dark situations. So I've taken samples of each mode on the phone, and I can tell you guys one thing: during daylight situations, ideal light situations, the phone seems to be doing a pretty decent job. It's only during, low light situations does the phone struggle a bit, but believe me, the photos are pretty much usable even during low light situations. You guys can have a look at some of the shots I've taken on the phone.
Alright, let's see how stable video is on this phone. I'm gonna run at a good speed. You guys decide for yourself.
One of the biggest plus points on the Infinix Note 5 is its epic display. This phone has easily got the best display on any mobile phone in the budget of 10,000 rupees. I mean, it's bright and it's vibrant and it's easily visible under direct sunlight. So the display is a huge thumbs up on this phone. You know, even though this has only a single fairing speaker over here, the speaker is adequately loud for the price. I mean, it does a pretty decent job. There is a bit of jarring here and there, but overall, for the price, it's got a pretty good speaker inside. One area where most phones tend to struggle is keeping things cool. And you guys must be thinking this is just a 10,000 rupee phone and this phone must be having a lot of heating issues. I'm happy to report one thing. This is one among the very few phones I've used that had absolutely no heating issues, no matter what I threw at it. You know, I had minimum 15 to 20 apps open all the time. And, you know, on many occasions I played games that extended maybe half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes, and even on one occasion, 1 hour. No matter what I threw at it, the temperature never went out of control. The back never tend to heat up, even once, even under extreme usage. The only time the phone actually heated up a bit, that was when I put it for charge. It's only during charge it heated up a bit, but while using it, in use, the phone did not give me any kind of heating issues whatsoever. I think the plastic build has something to do with it. But at the same time, I think the Helio P23 octa-core processor used in this seems to be doing an extremely good job as far as heat management is concerned. You know, the performance too on this phone has held up extremely well. I know it's just got a Helio P23 octa-core mid-range processor inside, but since this is running on the Android One program, you know, the performance was super smooth throughout 1 week of its usage. I never faced any kind of lags or any kind of slowdowns, even after playing Asphalt 8 for a period of over 1 hour on an occasion. So since it is a stock Android phone, performance-wise, it's not the fastest Android phone out there, but I'll tell you one thing, it's consistent and it's extremely reliable. The battery life on this phone too has held up extremely well. I mean, it's an easy 1 day for the heaviest of users, 1.5 days for a medium user, and close to 2 days for a light user. The battery life on this phone is, you know, unbelievably incredible, and, you know, it's epic in my opinion. You know, as it is with every phone has got its cons, and so does the Infinix Note 5. A few of its cons, if I do have to mention them, would be, number one would be the fact that it comes with a micro USB charging port, which is a little old now, but most of the phones that cost under 10,000 rupees come with micro USB ports. Next would be its low light camera performance. The low light camera performance is okay, but it's not up to the mark. I mean, again, considering the price, we can't complain all that much. The quality of audio on this phone via headphones isn't all that great. I mean, even at maximum volume, it doesn't matter what headphones you have on this. The quality of audio on this phone is just about average, but yet again, considering the price, you can't complain all that much. And the last, this is not really a con, but if I do look at it in that way, it would be the plastic build quality. I mean, you do get phones that are made of metal in this price range, but keep in mind one thing, this is an extremely well built phone, even though it's made of plastic. So these were some of the very few cons I had about Infinix Note 5. If stock Android, reliable performance, regular security updates, Android security updates along with Android software for the next 1.5 to 2 years is on top of your priority list, and an added benefit of epic battery life, this phone is just a way forward if you have a budget of around 10,000 rupees. Go ahead and buy it. It's going to satisfy all of your needs. It's a huge thumbs up from my side. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys really liked the video. So if you guys loved the video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up from you guys. And if you guys are interested in following me from here on, I'll suggest you guys to go and hit the subscribe button right down there. And right after that, go and hit the bell icon so that you guys get notified with the latest and greatest videos I'll be uploading on YouTube from here on. So I wish all of you, as always, a wonderful day ahead of you. Ciao for now.